Good afternoon. It's Tuesday, July 2nd. I already kind of started work so on the van here. So I'll show you what I've done so far, and then we'll get started on what I'm going to do next, okay? So first up, I've got the cabinet back in where it belongs, and I don't think I'll have to take it out again. But I have not actually caulked in the sink or the faucet yet. The sink mostly because I want to be able to attach the tubing to the back of the faucet without the sink being in the way, and obviously that's going to be difficult if I don't take the sink out. So I will be taking the sink out again, and that's why that's not caulked. I've got the foot pump mounted, and seems to work just fine right there. So I just used a piece of 2x4. I cut a 30-degree angle on it and then sanded it down on both sides because I didn't want a sharp corner there, especially when the water jugs are going to actually be right down here. So I didn't want a sharp corner that they could hit on. I used the cabinet screws because they've got built-in washers on them. And then I also screwed the piece of 2x4 in with a 4-inch GRK screw. So that before I did that, it sort of like wobbled quite a bit when I pumped it, and I didn't want it wobbling. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a 2x2 to go across here, and this part of the cabinet will be closed in. And then on top of that 2x2, I will mount a rail here and a rail up here on this 2x2, and I'll have sliding doors. So the rail I have is just a piece of stuff that was on another cabinet. Long story, but I have two sets of IKEA cube shelves in my craft room. They were on the loading dock at work. They were going to be thrown away. They looked kind of crappy, and it was the dead of winter when I picked them up, so they were really crappy by the time I got them home because they were on a trailer just getting blasted with salt and snow and everything else. But whoever had them in whatever office they were in, they had fabricated these railings to have doors that slid across on these IKEA cube shelves. And this past, I guess this past fall, I pulled all that stuff apart. I scrubbed the cabinets down, and they actually look really nice, and they're in great shape. So I'm glad I snagged them. But anyway, so I'm going to use those railings for the doors on this. So I need to go take those off the boards they're on and cut the 2x2 to go across here. So let's get started with that. So this is the aluminum railing or aluminum track I've got to pull off. You'll notice the marshmallow is turned the other way. When I came back on Sunday, I backed it in so that the sun is over that way in the west, obviously, when it sets. And I figured that way, if I have the opening towards the west, I have a little bit more light in the evening to work. don't have the doors actually installed all the way on both tracks because I need to, goodness, I need to get farther away, don't I? I need to stain them and polyurethane them. But basically they're going to be like that. So both tracks are installed. I'll have to take this one out to put these doors in once I've stained them and polyurethaned them. So I think that's all for tonight. I will wrap this video up, and thanks very much for watching. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.